So all this stuff that's going on across the news, you guys already know what's going on with Geoffrey.
Hi. You didn't say hi.
I like doing that. I like to see her just bust out and say something. It's just, it's funny. Geoffrey Owens? Geoffrey Owens. His name was Alvin Thibodeau on the Cosby Show. Man, that was crazy.
So I first saw it. We don't watch the news in our house. So I first saw it just at work when I was pulling up my laptop for the day. And I have it on MSNBC. And I just saw former Cosby actor, shamed for working at Trader Joe's. And I meant to go back and read it, but then I forgot because I was starting my work day. And then I went to the cafeteria on my lunch break, and he was on the news. We have news going on the TVs at work, and it was saying how, he was on there talking about someone seeing him in Trader Joe's, taking his picture, and then shaming him for his job. And I was immediately angry because, since when is it a shame to make an honest living? I mean, it may have always been for some people. I don't know. But you're working an honest job.
And you also got to think about it, y'all. That was in 89.
I mean, you're not robbing anybody.
Yeah.
You're not stealing, from other people or beating somebody over the head for their stuff. He's not hustling drugs.
Yeah. And he didn't play blockbuster movies, and he wasn't on Netflix and all this stuff. He was on the Cosby Show, and he probably done a couple of other things, but that's it. And I think his background that I read, I think he still does Broadway plays. But come on, that's not bringing in a lot of bread.
And it's just really a shame that someone would look at someone else's job and ridicule them. I remember a friend's daughter made fun of someone working at McDonald's many years ago. And that really bothered me, but I didn't say anything. And it reminded me, as soon as this happened, it reminded me of that situation. Who is anybody to make fun of someone else's job when they're working? They're not living off of public assistance or pretending to have a disability to get, disability benefits. He's working.
And he's not thugging it. You know what I mean?
And people have the nerve to ridicule that.
It's crazy.
That is just disgusting. We are disgusting human beings as a whole. We are. It's just disgusting. And on so many levels. Not even just this. Just the world. I'm just disgusted with the world in general these days. But, it's always something. And that's exactly why I don't watch the news. Because of shit like that. And
fired up. You got cussings coming out your mouth?
I don't have to be fired up to curse.
But yeah, I thought it was crazy because, he's on the news, he's on different networks. Sorry for all these bumps. My wife don't avoid bumps.
I do avoid bumps, but I'm on the bumpiest road imaginable.
And you can go slow. You don't have to drive fast at all. But anyway, this guy was on the news, and he's on this show and that show talking about being ridiculed. That's crazy. And then what was absurd is the lady trying to shame him. Well, I mean, I think she did it some good because she brought him back into the forefront.
Yeah.
So she did him some good by hating on him and by trying to, make him feel bad or whatever. And he's getting calls from other people that's trying to give him work, and I'm all for that.
And he even said...
And sorry for not looking in the camera, y'all. I was paying attention to the road,
let me pay attention to the road.
And
let me worry about that.
Well, you don't want hitting all the bumps. But anyway, so... And then people started camping out where he works at so they can take a picture with him. What?
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't even some. It was multiple people out there camping out, waiting to take a picture with this man at his job. And he got, I think I'm right, he got fired.
He didn't get fired.
Oh, okay.
I think he was asked to leave or he had to quit. I don't know the circumstances behind that
I
part.
guess we got to get our facts right
They can
before
look
we
it
do
up.
that. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's just bringing havoc to someone's job. That's not cool.
Yeah. And he even said, you know, people have come out, I don't know if it's a rumor or not, but supposedly Tyler Perry said, you know, he's working on a new production at OWN and he's going to give him a call. Well, Geoffrey said that, you know, he is getting calls, but he's going to look at the opportunities that are presented to him and see what's a good fit. Like, he seems like a humble guy. Like, I obviously don't know him, but, you know, he's not jumping at opportunities either. And I've seen a lot of, you know, people commenting on social media and things like that. And to other people's points, a lot of actors work in retail and in the restaurant industry, in the service industry, while they're waiting for gigs. Granted, it happens more often with, you know, people who are just starting out. But he didn't, like Ron said earlier, he didn't have a blockbuster career or anything. Mm-hmm. He is a struggling artist. Yeah. And he's hustling and he's taking care of his business. And I don't see any shame in that. And at one point, there was pride in that. Like, a person should be able to be proud that they're able to take care of their family and take care of their responsibilities. And now to be shamed for it, that in itself is shameful.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
Yeah.
I just thought it was crazy when somebody brings something to light that he's doing something wrong, which he's not doing anything wrong, and then people want to come to where he's at, where he works at, where he's getting a paycheck, taking care of himself and his household, and they're making a mockery of him by coming to his job and wanting to take pictures. I just think that's bad.
And another thing he said, which I thought was really, really true.
Now quote him now, don't mess it up.
He said that no job is more important than another job. And I agree with that.
I used to believe certain jobs were more important. But that was my mentality. I was ignorant. Because when you see somebody getting paid and they making this money and they're driving an Acura or BM or like, oh, they getting paid. But we all need to do a service regardless from what level it's at.
Right.
We all need a service.
Whether you're the garbage man or the plumber or the fast food delivery person, every job makes the world go round. Yeah. Every single job makes the world go round. Yeah. What if you didn't have that plumber? Your toilet gets backed up. What if you don't have those garbage collectors or the person who goes around collecting the recycling? Then garbage piles up and then you have ugly environments.
Waitress.
Who's going to serve you your food? Who's going to cook the food that you didn't want to cook?
Cooks.
Who's washing the dishes in the back? Yeah. All that stuff. Like, people look down on those jobs. Mm. People look down on farmers. People look down on just hardworking people that take care of the services that we don't want to take care of.
Yeah.
And
landscapes.
And how dare anybody look down on any of these people? You go to McDonald's and it's okay for them to serve you food and you think you have the right to treat them like shit? Of all the people, of all the jobs, service people take the most. And it's unfair that they get treated like the least. And it's just very unfortunate. And it was just sad to see. And I'm glad that he's taking some time to review the opportunities that are being presented to him and seeing what works for him and making the best of it. And somebody else said something on Instagram that once you mess with God's children, watch out, because he will bless you and open doors for you in ways that people couldn't imagine. And they're laughing, but God gets the last laugh, because he will, you know, if that person's a good, righteous person, yes, and a humble person, yes, and he sees his children, yes, he sees one of his children being ridiculed or taken advantage of, he will bless them, yes, and make sure that their stuff's together. Yes. And
I agree
it
with
seems
that.
Like this may be something that is happening for this man. And
I hope it is.
Yeah, I do too. And like I said, we don't know him. We don't know that he's a good person. We don't know anything about him. We don't know his character. We don't know anything.
And one thing I can say, everything that I saw, I'm telling you, he took it
In stride. Yeah.
And he took a great approach out of all of this. He took an excellent approach. He didn't come out with no rah-rah. And for you people that don't know what rah-rah means, he didn't come out there exploding with anger
or
ignorance.
Yeah.
He came out there cool, calm, and collective, and he just handled it like a grown-ass man.
Yep.
And I like that about him specifically.
I just love when I see people handle their business in a grown fashion. Like, everybody's just so petty these days. We're living in a society where people hashtag petty. Like, they're happy to be petty. They're proud of being petty. And to see somebody grown...
Or snobs.
Yeah, and to see somebody grown and just handling their business and coming out and speaking their mind and saying what they need to say without attacking anyone or retaliating or being defensive, I think that's amazing. That's a great
adult.
Yeah, that's a great attitude to have, and everyone should strive to be that type of responsible, because I think that it would go a long way to the problems we have in the world.
True.
If people were more responsible with what they say and how they react to situations.
And not be so quick to want to punch you, or be not so quick to want to pull out that gun on you.
Or ridicule you back, or whatever.
How about let's just have a conversation, two adults, and let's see how we can hash this out.
Right.
And then take it that way. And then let somebody be the adult in the situation. Everybody can't be always ignorant.
Right.
And I ain't judging. I'm not judging nobody, because let me tell you something. I got some ignorance in me. But I do work on to try to be a grown human being.
Yes.
Not a child. Your child catches a tantrum. Your child gets angry. Your child doesn't know how to react when they don't know how to get something when it's their way or whatever. But us as adults, we supposed to be able to handle. Period.
Yeah. And I have to say that you give me the courage to be more upstanding, because I see you coming out of your comfort zone and addressing things like with your family and friends and things that you don't like. I see you addressing things, and it gives me the courage. Like, what's the worst that could happen if I'm honest with my friends? Okay, they'd be mad for a couple days, but at least I got something off my chest. And to give you a perfect example, and then I guess we'll wrap this up. Today, one of my girlfriends, I don't have a lot of girlfriends. As I said before, I relate to men better. I have more quality male friendships than women friendships.
That's because she's a tomboy, y'all.
Yeah.
She has 3 brothers. Remember that. Tomboy.
And I just always have felt like women are catty and petty and backstabbing in a lot of ways, and talk too much, and it's just not things that I want to be involved in.
This one don't like to talk much. So I'm loving that she's running her mouth right now.
And I just feel like so I don't have a lot of female friends. And one of my girlfriends today said that I was a lucky bitch. Well, I know. She did not mean anything by it. But I don't like being called a bitch. And I know she wasn't meaning it in an offensive way, and she meant it in a loving way, and she was joking around. But I've never been one of those girls to play that way. You know, girls be like, "Hey, bitch." No, not me. I don't like that. Don't do it. So she said it earlier today, and I let it go. But then when I was on my way home from work, I was like, you know what? I need to address this now, because she is a person who uses that terminology, and it's going to happen again. So I need to nip it in the bud the first time, so that she knows that this is not something that I like, or I don't play like that. So I just texted her and I said, hey, I know you didn't mean anything by it, but I'm not the type to play with the word bitch. And if I'm calling somebody a bitch, it's because I mean it, and it's out of anger, and I don't do it out of camaraderie or anything like that. I don't like it. So could you not call me a bitch? And then she was like, you know, no fawning over me, saying 1,000 apologies or anything like that, because that's not what I was looking for. And she just said, I'm sorry, it'll never happen again. Thanks for letting me know. Period. End of discussion.
Let's go home.
And then she said, I'm so glad that we are genuine enough in our relationship that you could tell me that and it not be a big deal.
And the funny thing is, I don't have to be genuine. I can just tell any and everybody that. Like, I can just do it. You know what I mean? If it's words that we're addressing each other, you know, if I'm getting, like, I'll be honest with you guys, I do my best not to use the N-word, but when I get heated, it comes out. So I don't, whoa, you almost hit a postal man.
He was going to hit me.
So, you know, and I'm working on that as well. No, let's go home.
I am. This is deep. I don't want to scrape the bottom of my car.
And I'm working on that daily, not to even have that in my soul. And I'm not saying anything about anybody else, not trying to justify it. You use it. I just don't want it in my nature. But then I have friends that use it all the time, and I don't respond to it when they say it. And if I'm addressed that way, instead of yo brother or cuz or whatever, then I just go, yo, I don't do that here. I don't do that. You know what I mean? That's, you know, I'm grown now. I don't need to do that. You know what I mean? Not knocking anybody else, I just don't do it that way. So I'm just trying to be the best that I can be, you know what I mean, without all the foul language. And y'all know us, y'all watch our videos, y'all know we be flying them curse words out.
But words mean something, and the way you respond to people means something.
Yes.
Because I could have just let that go with my girlfriend, and then the next time she said it, been like angry, because I know myself. The next time, I would have been angry, but it wouldn't have been her fault because I didn't tell her that I don't like it.
Yeah, it's your fault.
So I was like, I need to address this with her.
Yeah.
I want to be her friend. It's a new friendship, and she needs to know that this is not something that I get down with. So
Geoffrey Owens, man, you handled that whole situation gracefully.
Yeah.
Man, hats off to you, man. I tell you what, in my eyes, you couldn't have done it no better. Nobody else could have did it better the way you handled it. You handled it excellent. So for that, kudos to you, Geoffrey Owens. Kudos to you, man. And everybody watching, peace, y'all. We out of here. We hit you with another video. Y'all know we like to talk about issues, and we did it today. So we'll see y'all in the next one. Y'all will see us in the next one. Matter of fact, we won't see y'all. Y'all see us. So y'all take it easy. Be easy. Be cool. Be blessed. Peace.
bye.